on and your mic's off for the moment, I would be grateful. We have a special guest today. As you may recall, Shauna Newcomb from RIT Career Services is here to talk with us. So we're going to give, I'm going to hand the podium over to her for the beginning of class. And then after that, we're going to talk about working a career fair by developing a 60-second pitch or commercial, and then we'll talk about job interviews. So for now, I'm going to hand it over to you, Shauna.
Okay, great. Good to see everybody. Thanks for having me, Mindy. And let me share my screen here. And I'm beginning. Okay, so I'm Shauna. I'm your program coordinator in the Office of Career Services and Co-op. And each major has its own career services coordinator. So we work with different majors. I work with industrial design, also the fine arts and the School for American Crafts. I work with packaging science students and also media arts and technology. So that's sort of my wheelhouse. I advise students and alumni on job search topics, and I develop and maintain employer relationships that hopefully lead to job opportunities for you all and have folks come to our career events. I help coordinate those career events like the Creative Industry Day coming up next week. I'm second in command for that. There's several of us that work on that event. And I'm also the liaison with faculty in the academic department. So Mindy and I talk, and I've talked to other faculty people. You know, we all know each other and try to stay in the loop with each other. So there's my contact information right now. The best way is to just email me to, make an appointment. When school is back to normal, I'll be in the Bausch and Lomb Center, building 77, financial aid, and admissions are on the second floor and we're on the first floor, just so you know where I live. So today we're going to talk about Career Services website and RIT Career Connect. We'll look at a couple of other resources for you. We'll talk a bit about LinkedIn, the jobs, how to use it for research and networking. We'll talk about Creative Industry Day, some job search strategies, and any questions that you guys have. And I'd just like to put up a list of companies that have employed co-op or full-time in the past, just so you can see the variety there of companies that we've worked with. People from Bose speakers to eyewear people to furniture people to food people and packaging people. The list is pretty diverse. So there's lots of opportunities there for you guys in different areas. So we'll take a look at our office website. That's where you're going to access job openings. That's called RIT Career Connect. And there's also a lot of job search info there for your resume, cover letter, writing examples, interviewing, some bits about your portfolio. We'll take a look at web resources and co-op info, salary info is there. And of course, we have some social media sites as well, if you want to follow us. So this is what the main student, well, this is what our main page looks like. I've pulled down the student menu, and there you can see there's co-op information. If you're looking to go out on co-op and you need to report your job, you want us to get that registered in SIS for you. There's some information there. Salary and career information is good. Job search information. We have our events section here, so you can pull down what's happening for career fairs or for Creative Industry Day, and then also Career Connect here in the orange. So when you go into Career Connect, this is the orange box you're going to click into, and then you have to pick that you're a student. But this is where you're going to find all the job postings, internship postings. You can research employers. You can set up job alerts for yourself and look at events. And you'll just go through, it's pretty self-navigatory. You can just set up your account, your personal information. Some of it automatically fills in from SIS. So if you find that your major isn't right, or your GPA isn't right, or your name isn't right, or your address isn't right, it's pulling all that from SIS. So you have to go back to what you've got there to fix, and then it'll automatically fix here. And then you'll want to look at your privacy settings. I like to point out these two things, both the privacy settings for the accounts and privacy or email, and privacy settings for notifications. If you lock yourself down here too much, you will not get notifications from the system, so that if you had applied to an interview, a virtual interview, and the system wants to email you a reminder that you have an interview or a portfolio review at this time on this day, you're not going to get that reminder. So you want to make sure that you don't lock this down real tight. We don't send out a lot of system messages, so you're not going to be, bugged too much. And employers can email you through this system as well. So just leave yourself open to emails, I think, is at minimum what you want to do on both your email and your notifications. Next, you'll set up a profile. Again, that's going to be pre-populated from SIS. You want to go in and just make sure that it's fairly complete, because employers do see this when you RSVP to an event or you apply for a job. They can look at your profile. So you'll want to at least make it look halfway decent. And then you'll get this home page where you can see the side menu here. The toolbar has a job section. Here's your profile. You can update, you can upload any documents here. You can look at interviews, you can look at events. That's where the Creative Industry Day sign up is. And then you're able to upload documents. You can put in, and I recommend putting in PDFs so that you've got your formatting stays the same. So if you upload a Word doc, it doesn't, when it converts it to a PDF, all of a sudden give you 2 pages. So upload as a PDF. You can do cover letters, resumes, a small portfolio, if you want to use the system to apply for opportunities. Then you can go to look at jobs, and you can search by a couple of things. You can search by major, and you can search by keyword. You can select whether it's co-op or full-time. There's other sorts that you can do there. I use this keyword CID 2021 because that's the jobs that are being posted for our Creative Industry Day and surrounding that Creativity Day. So you can put that in and put your major in and pull up opportunities that you can apply to now. So there's actually quite a decent amount of stuff on there. So I would definitely take a look there. Any jobs coming up. Oh, I will also say here that you can set up a job alert for yourself. So once you put some criteria in, you can click on the create job alert, and it'll send you information once a week that just gives you a link to go look at the new job. So it kind of keeps you attuned to things without doing a whole lot of work. I try to send out to you guys what I know, but there could be things on the system that I don't know about because an employer posted it themselves, or another person in my office happened to post it and forgot to tell me. So this will keep track of who you've applied to through the system, and also if you've applied and have any, what they call OCR, which stands for, just flew out of my mind. It just flew right out of my mind, you see. I haven't had my peanut butter and jelly sandwich yet for lunch. On-campus recruiting, which isn't going to be on campus, it's going to be virtual, right? But it does keep track of your applications and any interviews that you've asked to be a part of. So you'll be able to look at what have I applied to and what's the status of that on the applications tab. You can look at events. In this case, you want to open up information sessions so that you can look at who's coming for Creative Industry Day. So you can put in CID 2021. And on this information type, you can pull down portfolio reviews, and that will pull up the companies that are looking for industrial design specifically, that you can sign up for the virtual portfolio reviews. I'll harp a little bit more on this later, but you definitely want to sign up for those now in the next 2 days. Those are next week. You can sign up for multiple ones. And we do have some great people that are coming, to kind of help you gain skills in reviewing your portfolio, and also give you some tips on where they think you can improve them. So it would be a really great thing for you to apply to a bunch of these so that you can get good practice with people. You can also take a look at salary and career information, and we try to keep this up to date. Then you can look and see what somebody got paid for a minimum, what somebody got paid for a maximum, and the overall average co-op salary. If you're looking for more fine-tuned information, like, gee, can you tell me what's been going on in Massachusetts? I can look something up to see if I can give you any information by a region. But that's available for you. That helps when you're gauging, you know, well, what are my expectations, right? Here's some other job resources, and Mindy's going to send me the class list, and I'll send these links out to you guys so that you have them. I forgot to include one for soft goods on here, but I do have one for soft goods as well. But we'll take a look at Data Axle. That's where you can go and pull company lists so you can research companies. We'll look at the IDSA Design In section of their website, which is also really great for searching companies by geo area. And then we've got some job sites like LinkedIn is really a great place to go and look for job opportunities. It's just increased in the amount of jobs that are there the last 3 to 4 years. It's a really good resource. You can look at Indeed, which is a meta search site. There's Design Engine, which is pretty good. Coraflot, there's internships.com, which we'll look at. Behance has some jobs. And there's a site called Design Gigs for Good if you're looking for ethical type things or B Corp type companies, people that have, you know, an agenda in the way that they're producing their goods and running their company. So through the library, you have access to this little feature called Data Axle, and it is just a way for you to sort through and find companies in certain areas. I am happy to run one of these for anybody that wants one. You have to have some kind of criteria, but all it is a database. Companies, when they say they're opening a company, they have to tell the US government, this is the segment of business that I'm in, because the US government tracks all of that. So this won't tell you who has a job, it just tells you who out there. But if you want to know who product developers are in the Boston area, I can run a list that gives you product developers in the Boston area. If you want to know the types of soft good type things or furniture design, I can drill down to get those companies on a list for you. And it just gives, I just give you an Excel file. It gives you the name of the company, the address, the website, how many people work for the company, their a little bit of information on what categories they've put themselves in. But it is a good research tool. So I can run something, you can see I can put in city, state, I can put in how many people work for the company, and I can pick some topics and then get a list. And then I just turn this into an Excel file to send to you. So happy to run that for you. IDSA has Design In. That's a great spot to look at what's going on in particular cities or areas of the country. This one I just picked for Chicago, and you can see it shows you all the design firms, shows you design organizations, any schools that you might be competing against, people who are applying to jobs in those areas, museums and galleries. Just gives you a kind of a nice look at what's going on in that particular city. But you can use this list of companies to do further research by maybe going on their company website to see if they have jobs, or going into LinkedIn to see if they have jobs, or going into LinkedIn to see if they have any RIT alumni that work there, or going into LinkedIn to that company site and see if you can figure out who the most likely person for design might be, that you want to reach out to inquire about opportunities or do some more research. So it's pretty handy. You can also find jobs on Indeed, and you can set up a search agent for yourself here too. So it'll deliver you an email. This is a meta search site, so it goes out to a lot of sites to pick information up. I have had some industrial design students over the summer find some scam jobs. So you want to be really careful when you're looking at this or other sites that are meta search sites, because there are posers there who it will look like it's the real company, and they will use names from people in LinkedIn that are from that company and act like they're those people, but they're not. And usually the jobs are remote. They hire you very quickly, and they want to send you a check to buy equipment so that you can do this job from your remote location. The check is usually, well, the check is always fraudulent, And that's how they're trying to get your money. You deposit it, you go buy the equipment from their vendor, and it's they pull money out of your account, and then that check bounces. So don't go there. If you're ever in doubt, email me. I'm happy to look at anything, but they're pretty good at posing about these things. And I guess I just like to say, no company needs to send you a check so that you can go out and buy equipment from their vendor. They're going to send you the equipment if you don't have it. So you just don't get trapped in that sort of thing. This is design engine, same sort of thing. You can put in industrial design in quotation marks.